Hey, Austin.
What?
I just got to point out that you talk incredibly slow.
In what? Oh, you just left. I didn't hear what he said.
Gotta go.
What?
Sorry, that was mean. I didn't mean to leave. But
I didn't hear what he said, and then he just left. I was like, well.
oh,
Dude,
okay.
if I lose all three of my
Austin.
goddamn Patriots, Bucks, and Packers picks, I will eat my phone.
Austin, you talk.
Okay, I'm holding you to that.
Austin, why do you talk so slow?
It's because my brain can't process
He
the
talks
English
in
language.
cursive.
Okay, that's understandable. I talk fast and my brain can't.
Yeah, see, like, I've had multiple concussions, so I feel like that's part of it.
I don't really understand the strategy behind that.
I talk like Casey Kane in that interview at New Hampshire.
That is shockingly accurate, too.
It's so dumb.
Okay.
Because I watched that earlier, and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened. I hit the inside wall, but I don't know how I got there."
But you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
Welcome to Oofsides, you guys. Week 2 is in the books. Stop laughing. The show just started. Who are you people?
Me.
No.
Me.
All right, Garrett's here, Jack's back, Austin's here for the first time this season.
Fuck
How
him.
y'all doing?
Hey,
I hate it
I'd like to preface this by saying this is not my first time. I was here before in
Well,
the preseason. The preseason.
That's why
Yes,
I
you're,
said
yes, you're not a
the
virgin to Oofsides. It's okay.
The preseason. I was here in the preseason.
Yeah, and that's why I said this season, because the season hadn't started.
Hey, Austin.
But
Austin.
We're really gonna
When-
spend 5.
Austin, when were the last time you were on the show?
what?
I'm sorry, Austin. When?
When was the last time you were on the show?
3 weeks ago.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No.
It was.
No, what? Clearly it wasn't.
Anyway, week 2 happened. There's some pretty damn good games, and also, I'd say like 1 or 2 inexplicable games. Shall we jump right in?
Sure.
All right. I don't know why I'm so enthusiastic. I'm very tired. We're starting with.
Should have taken a nap.
Yeah, honestly, I should have.
That's your fault,
We
dumbass.
got a podcast to make, so. Thursday started with Giants and Washington playing in Washington, and another inexplicable ending to a Giants game. The Washington football team lines up to kick the game-winning field goal and initially misses, but the Giants jump off sides, granting the Washington football team a second chance, and they nail it, beating the Giants 30-29.
That was certainly a football game right there.
It was a stupid good game to watch.
It was.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been this good.
Danny.
I was
go.
unfortunately not home, but I saw that on Twitter when I got home from work, and it was funny.
Danny Dimes played his 8th best game in his career.
Yeah. For what it's worth, he actually looked kind of good. He didn't turn the
Well,
ball over for
let's
once.
be honest. He only is good against Washington.
Yeah, true.
Anytime he plays Washington, he just turns the monitor on.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the
Well,
thing
you
that's
know, he's
that's
good
the thing
against-
that's surprising.
I've noticed he's specifically good against divisional rivals because he's good
Yeah.
against the Eagles too.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
I remember
also
him
the
playing.
Eagles, though. So
I remember him playing well against the Cowboys last season because didn't they beat them one or both times last season?
Well,
I
the
think they
Cowboys were
swept the
shit.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so too, which was
I know.
funny.
I know they beat them week 17. Yeah.
Yeah, which was funny. Anyway, yeah, his specialty seems to be divisional rival games, which in the NFC East are probably the most important divisional games.
Yeah.
That's why
because
they
you're all
almost won
probably
the division.
tied at the end of the season.
yeah.
Yeah.
They almost won the
Massive
division
card draw.
doing that.
The important thing with this
Almost.
was the Giants could not get out of their own way in a lot of parts of this game because there was obviously the offsides call. There was Daniel Dimes just barely over. I believe it was Darius Slayton.
I hit the wrong button.
Proud of you, Jack.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was Darius Slayton. He out threw by like inches, and Slayton couldn't. Also, probably made a better effort to catch it. But it was on a completely blown coverage, and he was wide open by like 10
Well,
yards.
That was mostly on Slayton. Slayton should have caught that.
Yeah. Could have been a better
Yeah.
pass, but also could have been a better
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
deleting this.
there
I'm
you go.
sick of looking at this. On my monitor. That's gonna
Maybe
get
we
cut out.
shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, we really
yeah.
shouldn't. Taylor Heineke looked really good though.
Yeah. He
he was-
did.
330-yard game, threw 2 touchdowns. The concerning thing though is that Washington's defense has not looked nearly as good as they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, both these teams really, because both these teams last season were pretty good at holding opponents to low scores when they shouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
True.
Even the Giants, because they played a lot of teams close last year.
Yeah. I'm not
Yep.
sure.
A lot of people have been penciling in Montez Sweat and Chase Young as like the next great defensive duo, and they had a combined 6 tackles. So,
Yeah, in my opinion, Chase Young is probably going to end up a lot like J.J. Watt,
Oh, yeah.
where
On a
He-
mediocre team.
he ends up like because the one unfortunate thing is a defensive lineman can't really carry a team.
Yeah.
yeah, they can get the ball back into the offense's hands, but then it's down to them doing something with it.
Yeah, and it like a defensive lineman, unless you're an insane pass rusher, it can't really affect the pass game too much. Like Chase Young, I don't think he's really like obviously he's not bad at pass rushing, but it's not his like best skill, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's a great outside run stopper. He is
Oh, yeah.
so good at that. And like he's pretty fast too and everything. But yeah, it's hard as a defensive lineman to carry it, especially a team that's in as much of a shit. I honestly think Washington is in more of a shit show stage than Houston was when JJ Watt was there.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah.
yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, Washington gets their first win on the season after a narrow loss to the Chargers. The Giants start 0-2 for I believe the 6th straight year. It's been every year since 2017.
Yeah. Since the photo,
Yeah, since good job, Giants. But I'm a Cowboys fan. So
Wait,
I'm
I
happy.
gotta point something out.
What?
12 years ago, today, this happened. Looking ship in the general.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
when Jay Cutler got hit in the face by the ref.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I just needed to talk about it because I saw it on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
That reminds me. The other day was like the 8-year anniversary or something of Cutler and David Fales sitting next to each other, so it just said Cutler Fales. Which, by the way, that camera shot was right after he threw a pick.
Yeah, checks out. I wonder what Jay Cutler's up to nowadays.
Podcast.
Does he have a podcast?
I don't know, but I saw him on a podcast once.
Yeah, he was on Pardon My Take a while back, and that was a really good interview. But
Jay
anyway.
Cutler seems like he'd go on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, he's got an anti-vax face. Like
He's got an alcoholic dad
Jay
face.
Cutler has a podcast.
he does.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
way.
I'm gonna start listening to that.
Uncut with Jay Cutler.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to start listening to that.
Hang
That
on,
is-
wait. So does he talk?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Jay Cutler sounds nothing like he looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I can't. Ironically enough,
put a
I
voice
can't
in his
imagine
face.
how he sounds because I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen a clip of him talking.
You can't imagine.
He's fucking funny too. Like he's really deadpan and sarcastic. He just doesn't care about football.
Well, I know it's just like that clip of him when he was at Miami. They lined up in Wildcat. And he just stood there.
That is when that girl he was married to, whose name currently escapes me. When she had her reality show, and Jay Cutler was apparently like the star of that because he was just super nonchalant and just didn't give a fuck about anything.
I would like to point out his strategy worked though, because it like that Miami trick play thing. It worked because the guy who was on him was confused because he wasn't moving. He didn't know what to do.
Honestly, Jay Cutler conned a lot of people into giving him a lot of money just based on like,
Yeah.
hey, I might be good eventually if I care.
Yeah. And he never cared.
Yeah. I miss Jay Cutler. We need him back.
No, because he's like 38 and he will get picked like a
Yeah,
thousand
now
times.
you're telling me that's fun.
That's fair. That is pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's fun football right there.
I almost think he would enjoy that more than trying.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
throwing it to other defenses would be pretty fun.
You know what else was fun? Raiders Steelers played a pretty fun game. The Raiders come out on top 26-17. Derek Carr looked fucking money against a great defense too.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie.
But-
This is a team that I didn't like. This is my biggest surprise of the season so far because I really thought they were gonna be 0-2 after week 2, but they've won both games outright.
But
So
it's the Raiders. They're gonna fall off.
yeah, the
eventually.
Raiders.
Yeah.
They're
Second half
gonna
of the
lose.
season
to
is
some
coming.
Yeah,
It's
they're
coming.
gonna lose to some shitty team soon. Whoever the fuck it may be.
No, it's gotta be like they're gonna
Oh.
be because right now it's them and the Broncos leading the division. So they're gonna
what a time to be
Raider-
alive.
Raiders. Raiders
time
are
to
gonna
be
fuck
alive.
around for a little bit, and then they're gonna fall apart like they always do. So.
Yeah, if they
Good.
can just hold off on falling apart until after like week 12, they can easily make. They can cruise
Yeah.
like
They can
back
make the
into
playoffs.
the playoffs. Yeah,
But that's
That's
failing to
asking
make
a lot.
But failing to make the playoffs is John Gruden football right there.
oh, absolutely.
So
But yeah, I was saying
Um,
last week that if they could cut out the stupid mistakes and just put together a full game, they can be really good, and they
Mhm.
showed it. Because I mean, the Steelers defense shut down the Bills off. Well, actually, the Bills kind of shot themselves in the foot. a
yeah,
lot on offense.
yeah.
But
But
the Raiders in the second half looked like they had none of those problems that the Bills did.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And for the
I would like-
Steelers, oh sorry.
Well, speaking of the Steelers, I would like to point out that Najee Harris currently has 83 rushing yards this season.
Yeah.
Um,
He
Not a
did.
big deal.
He scored a touchdown though.
Yeah,
There's
he-
that.
It was pretty
but
good.
He
man,
stiff-armed the fuck out of someone too. There's
Um,
that.
but yeah, he hasn't. he
Yeah,
kinda
well,
had-
that's
he
has
hasn't
to go
really-
with the Steelers' terrible offensive
Yeah,
line.
he looked really bad week 1, and he
Yeah.
looked a little better this week.
Mhm.
Yeah,
part
well,
of
yeah,
that-
because they actually worked him into their receiving.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
They actually
And,
passed to him.
Speaking of, throw it back real quick to a game. Rookies not doing anything. I currently have 2 more receiving yards than Kadarius Toney, the Giants'
That's
first
nice.
round pick. He has 2 receptions for -2 yards on the season.
Nice.
So,
Ouch.
Yeah,
Anyway, Big Ben is still bad.
yeah.
He is. He is a walking corpse on a football field right now, and that is putting it lightly.
I would also like to give a shout out to Mike Tomlin for running a desperation play on the last play of the game, down 2 scores, and Deontay Harris or Deontay Johnson injured his knee on that play,
Bold.
on a play that shouldn't have even happened.
Bold.
So, good job, Steelers.
Next game.
Oh my
Giga
god. Sorry, I went to look and see if Deontay Johnson's status has been updated, and all it says is 9 hours ago, a quote from Mike Tomlin. Head coach Mike Tomlin said Tuesday that Johnson's knee injury is looking better, but not to be confused with great. And that is
Wow. That's a lot of confidence.
Don't get me wrong, it's still terrible, but he's not on fire anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Only
that's-
Mike Tomlin would say that.
That
No,
is some
he didn't-
serious damage control.
Yeah, he didn't tear his ACL. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game.
Following up after that, the 49ers and the Eagles played a surprisingly close game. I think the Eagles defense is a lot better
I
than
guess.
we were anticipating, because they held the Falcons to 6 points last week and held the 49ers to 7 first half points and 17 overall. Problem is they couldn't capitalize on that because they kept, or not even making mistakes, but just couldn't. What's the word
Score.
I'm looking for?
They
Couldn't
just
score.
they couldn't generate
couldn't-
offense.
They
like
had-
they wanted to.
They had a rare occasion where they had a 91-yard play that didn't end in a touchdown, and then
Yeah.
they got stopped on the goal line. They had in the fourth quarter back-to-back forced fumbles that they recovered that got called back because of penalties, like on back-to-back plays.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they also had that field goal blocked,
yeah, and I forgot about that too.
which only happened because they had a penalty on a touchdown.
Yep.
Otherwise, that game would have been 10-0 at halftime, probably.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of the Eagles just stepping on their own toes just over and over and over again. Jimmy Garoppolo fumbled another snap, but then after that, he was 22 of 30 for 189 yards and a touchdown. Another fucking 49ers running back got hurt. I'm pretty sure their top
Yup.
3 running backs are all gone now, so
Yup.
who knows who's going to be rushing the ball.
They're gonna get fucking the grave of Barry Sanders.
Dude, Well, Barry Sanders is still alive.
Shut up.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't used Trey Sermon yet, considering that they had
Wait a
such high
minute.
hopes for him. And
No, the 49ers lost 2 running backs to the
yeah,
Eagles.
Trey Sermon got hurt.
Yeah.
was he?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he was the
Then
other one that was hurt
3.
as well.
Yeah, Trey
Okay.
Sermon was the one I think he was the one who got hit like helmet to helmet that caused him to fumble the ball. And then
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Trey Sermon got a concussion. Jermichael Hasty has a high ankle sprain, and Elijah Mitchell suffered a shoulder injury.
Yep.
3 of their running backs got hurt yesterday or
It's all.
Sunday.
Oh no.
Someday.
Yeah.
So,
Also the Eagles tried to run Philly special again, and that was when they got
Yeah.
stopped on the goal line.
same drive that they got the 91-yard thing, and they tried it on 4th down, and it was a disaster.
Yep. And then they got a touchdown in the 4th quarter, made it 17-11. And then again, they caused those 2 fumbles that got called back, and then they never got the ball back after that.
Yup.
So
Also, Jalen Hurts not great at passing.
yeah,
he is a very run.
he looked really good last week, but against a really good 49ers defense, he looked kind of lost for
Yeah.
essentially.
didn't turn the ball over. But
Yeah.
just bad completion percentage. So
Yeah, he just like I don't know. He I don't know. I didn't watch a whole lot of that game, so because every time I look at the scoreboard, I'm like, that looks boring as shit. And
it was. I watched most of it.
Yeah.
So props to the Eagles. They look better than I was anticipating. So
they might go 9-7
yeah,
or
No.
9-8.
No,
No.
Because 17th game.
they got like 6-11 and
Yeah,
there you
win
go.
the NFC East.
There you go.
Speaking of
Probably.
teams that look better than we were anticipating, the Texans definitely
Oh my
do
god.
not look like a bottom of the barrel team as they fucking push the Browns to the limit.
Well, for now they don't look bottom of the barrel, but
Yeah.
I
Then, just like I said last week when I mentioned how the last 3 teams that Tyrod Taylor's been on, he's immediately gotten injured or replaced by a future franchise quarterback. And guess what?
Yo.
He got hurt, and in came rookie quarterback David
Mills,
which-
fucking Stanford legend, baby.
He didn't look great, but it's like,
He-
well, it's happening
One-
again.
One play he got fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, yeah, I think that was like that was on the last drive, wasn't it? Where I
Yeah,
think the
like
running
2
back
minutes
just
ago.
didn't block.
Yeah. There was no one on his blind side,
Yeah.
and just bam, knocked his shit.
Yeah, the running back was supposed to, kind of chip block Grant Delpit and just didn't, and just fucking clobbered
Yeah.
him.
I'm not surprised that he played like shit though, because he was just kind of put into a shitty situation.
Yeah.
And he was probably, I think they were probably just going to keep him for like a year and just kind of read like the playbook, and instead of like put him out there.
it's worth noting how much the Texans defense actually restricted Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
even though he was really efficient, like he was 19 for 21, but they restricted him from making big plays like he's used to, and they had to kind of change how they called pass plays
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of that.
Baker did get hurt his non-throwing shoulder and then came right back into the game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things too where it's they scored 31 points, but Baker only throws a touchdown because when you have a fucking killer running back tandem of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, you can just use them to punch it in every time you get down to the
Yeah.
goal line.
And Andy Janovich, he scored.
Oh, true.
Fullback.
Yeah.
2 carries for 0 yards.
Let's go.
Hey, and a touchdown.
And
And a
a
touchdown.
True.
Props though, Tyrod Taylor looked really good before he got hurt. He was 10 of
Yeah.
11 for 125 yards.
Yeah,
So,
he's
if he doesn't get
looked
hurt
good
like
while
this-
he was alive.
Yeah, if he doesn't get hurt, this game turns into a shootout.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right, gave the Browns a score or a scare though.
All right. Are we done with this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Garrett,
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Let's do it.
what are you thinking of the Urban Meyer experience so far?
Their peak of the game was the first drive, and that is the most unfortunate thing about this game.
That is the most Jacksonville thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
They went down the field in dominant fashion and put a touchdown right up on the board,
Oh.
and then proceeded to do nothing for the rest of the game. Josh
Shades-
Lambo, yeah. Josh Lambo, who is like their star-studded kicker for field goals and shit, missed 2 of them.
Oh my god.
He was not good. And they were very short, very wide. Like, everything was wrong for him. And then after that first touchdown, really, Broncos defense and the fucking arm of Teddy Bridgewater just came alive. He was just hauling the mail to Sutton every single time he could, and it just worked.
It's worth noting that 6 of Trevor Lawrence's completions came on that first drive.
Yes. And also accounted for 83 yards of the 118 that he threw in the game.
Jesus. Man.
So
that is not great.
He has not looked good so far.
No.
But he's also on a completely shit Jacksonville.
I will say, so I watched a lot of Trevor Lawrence's like highlight. I think it was a video where it was like every pass attempt that he had in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And this offense has shades of Adam Gase, where the first couple drives where it's all scripted and all pre-planned, awesome, looks like money. And then as soon as it becomes down to, okay, now we got to come up with it on the spot, Urban Meyer has no fucking clue what he's doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly the thing. Is a lot of college coaches that come from big schools and have a ton of success, like Urban Meyer, aren't that great of coaches because they're supported by some of the greatest college rosters of all time.
Yeah.
And Ohio State was starting its decline while Urban Meyer was still there, and then he just kind of dipped with his legacy and wrote it to an NFL job, I guess. Kind of, not really, but kind of. And now here he is with the worst team in the NFL, arguably.
Nah.
They have it.
We'll get to the other one.
Yeah.
I think the Jags have sole. I mean, yeah, they probably have a competitor, but I think they have sole possession of the worst team.
It's a tarred brawl for last, basically.
Yeah.
And what's also worth noting is that that touchdown on the opening drive would have been their only score if they didn't get that kickoff return.
Oh yeah, because they took a freaking.
Yeah, with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, they decided that they wanted to be good on
garbage
special
time touchdown off of special teams for 102 yards. Because why not?
Oh my god.
That's just Jaguars football right
they
there.
know what. I feel like when they know they're in the they're gonna take the L for the game, then they start scoring again.
Yeah. Yeah. I've said this, I think, on every single episode now, but I think Urban Meyer's one and done. I don't even know if he finishes up the season. I think the fact that after week 1 he was already having to say, no, I'm not going to USC, means he's probably going to USC.
Yes.
Which was funny because did you see his interview where he was like,
yes.
No.
It's the same thing that Nick Saban
Petrino?
had to deal with when he was in Miami, and he kept going, why does everybody keep saying I'm going to Alabama? Well, it's because he ended up going to Alabama.
I'm feeling some real Bobby Petrino vibes from it, though.
Yeah.
He's just going to leave it, like what he did, or like what Bobby Petrino did with the Falcons.
I feel like it's the offensive coordinator as well, whoever they got behind.
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
That
yeah.
is not.
Schottenheimer's not good.
Yeah. It's just sloppy.
And it's shit like the quarterback competition between Lawrence and Minshew, and how they wasted. They kept giving Minshew first team reps in training camp because we want to have a quarterback competition, and it's like we all know you're starting Lawrence, and then sure enough they named him starter and traded away Minshew, and it's like, why did you fucking waste Trevor Lawrence's time? You could have been giving him first team reps and getting him ready for the fucking season the whole time.
Yep.
God.
Yikes.
It's not often that you have the 2 worst teams in the league still look like the 2 worst teams in the league the next season.
Yeah.
So
Well, other than the Browns when they did that a lot.
Yeah.
But that was
that was a whole
special
other
kind of
level.
at least the Lions get to 500 once every 5 years.
Yeah.
Once every 10, come on.
Every 15 years they get a wild card loss. So.
Yeah.
It's still hard to believe
20,
that this team is
20.
4 years withdrawn from a freaking conference game appearance.
Yeah.
They were
where
One of the best defenses.
they
of all
had
time.
a Super Bowl winning team. They did.
Well, they had like a 3-time Super Bowl winning defense. But that offense was a little special.
Yeah. They're a couple defensive plays away from literally going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I mean, they were just a mirror of the Vikings. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Just in a different conference.
Austin.
Yep.
Anyway, we can get erect about the Bortles and Foles Super Bowl later.
Yeah.
Bridgewater was
man.
good.
Teddy looked really good.
My question is, are the Broncos a dark horse for a wild card
You know,
spot?
I don't
I was
know.
saying the last couple weeks that, I mean, they did beat up on the Jaguars. They only dropped 23 points on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Teddy's looked good. I think they can mix it up for the wild card, but it's like what I was saying. There's so many playoff caliber teams in the AFC that it's like you got to pick who they're going to knock off. And it's hard for me to slot them in over teams like the Raiders and the Browns and the Ravens and the Dolphins. Well, before this week, the Dolphins.
Yeah, because my thing is, I could honestly see the Broncos being fourth in their division at over 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think the AFC West is a lot like the NFC West has been for years, where all four of them are pretty fucking good and could do something in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But one of them literally has to miss the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, not anymore because there's 3 wild cards.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I thought. Oh yeah, there is 7. So yeah, I guess they don't have to, but with the problem is, like the Ravens, the Chargers, Dolphins, Patriots, I guess this year, Browns, Steelers.
No, not with the Patriots.
Jack's in denial.
No, the Patriots just don't look convincing.
Oh. We'll see about that.
All right, what game are we going to talk about that game next?
Well, it's a division that isn't fucking full of parity. That's the NFC South.
Yeah.
The Lord Jameis giveth, the Lord Jameis taketh away. Last week he threw for 20 attempts, 5 touchdowns. This week, 11 for 22, 111 yards, 2 interceptions, and the Saints got their asses whooped by the Panthers 26-7.
Yeah. I guess Winston just forgot his last.
That's Jameis football, baby.
Next week he's gonna throw for like 350 yards and.
I will say both of his interceptions were really poorly misplaced deep balls.
Yeah.
Really bad.
He's back, baby. Oh, I miss Jameis.
He had because both of them were like when he in the midst of him getting tackled, and he just kind of did the fuck it, somebody's out there kind of throw. Like
he's like, fuck it, Michael Thomas is out there somewhere, and then somebody was like, he's on injured reserve.
Sam Darnold's 2-0. I'm all for it.
Yeah, this is the best record Sam Darnold's ever had in his career.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, can we talk about Sam Darnold? Pretty good.
Yeah,
he has been doing well.
As soon as you take him away from the Jets, which we'll get to the Jets in a moment. But he's playing really well, and the Panthers' defense looks good, dude.
Oh yeah, Panthers' defense good in week 1, and now they're good now. So
hey, Christian McCaffrey has made it through 2 weeks uninjured.
He has.
True. Like to see it.
Yeah, it's crazy what happens when you surround your young quarterback with talent. They can almost succeed.
Yeah. DJ Moore, pretty good.
Maybe.
So I want to read some stats about the Saints day and how bad they were on offense. So they had 128 total yards. 128.
Not great.
They had 6 first downs.
Also not great.
They were 2 for 11 on 3rd down, 0 for 2 on 4th down, and they only ran 43 plays compared to the Panthers' 73.
Ooh.
They allowed 4 sacks, 6 punts, and had 11 penalties, which the Panthers only had 5. And they also had 2 interceptions. So this is about as lopsided of an ass kicking as there is.
Yeah, which is funny because the Panthers didn't even completely blow them out. They only put up 26 points.
Yeah. They just kind of methodically did their thing. And again, this is the team that dropped 38 points on the Packers last week.
Yeah.
The Panthers have a transitional win over the Packers.
Yep, Panthers 19-0.
Yep. Honestly, they could be a wild card if they keep playing like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I think, yeah.
I'm for it.
Because, I mean, somebody's got to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Yeah.
So.
That's what the NFC has turned into.
Dude,
someone's got to make it.
Brady leaves the Patriots and the entire power balance goes from the NFC's really good to the AFC's good. And now the NFC sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Speaking of AFC versus NFC, we had a Rams-Colts game. You can take Matt Stafford out of Detroit, but you can't take the Detroit out of Matt Stafford. This game was way closer than it needed to be. The Rams end up winning 27-24, but part of it was inexplicable.
I mean, are we going to talk about that Carson Wentz shovel pass?
Yeah, okay.
So good, not good.
Because all is right in the universe, and that's because Carson Wentz got hurt, and Matt Stafford's team had a really stupid play in their own end zone.
Yeah.
Jacob Eason had come in for Wentz after, I believe, he hurt his foot.
He sprained both ankles.
Of course he did.
That's just like impressive at that point.
That is the most Carson Wentz thing.
Because think about it. You sprain one ankle, but then you have to still be standing and or running to sprain the other one.
Dude, Carson Wentz is that glass motherfucker SpongeBob, you know?
He really is.
He's born with paper skin and glass bones.
The shovel pass was bad, but the blocked, or not even blocked punt, just messed up punt in their own end zone.
Well, I mean, it was blocked just by their own.
It was friendly fire.
Not great.
He just didn't get out of the line of fire.
What was funny was he moved into the line of fire. He literally motioned to the other side and just stood behind the center and just took it.
Yeah, because they were snapping it. They were snapping it at an angle because they were backed up in their own end zone, and the punter didn't have full range. So the punter's standing like off to the left, so they're snapping it back into the left, and the fucking whatever position that would be, I guess it would be like the fullback, like shuffles over to the side, so he's basically like partially obstructing it, and they snap it, and it bounces off his arm, and the Colts fall on it for a touchdown.
Yup.
The funniest part was the guy who got hit with the ball did not notice. He went up to block. He did not notice that the ball was right next to him.
How do you not feel the ball get long snapped into your arm?
I guess I don't fucking know.
My man was focused on he probably had to poop afterwards and was focused on not shitting himself.
Honestly, probably.
I would like to give a huge shout out to Cooper Kupp for giving me 36 fantasy points this week.
I'm supposed to talk about fantasy football here, dumb dick.
Don't care.
Fuck you.
Don't care.
Fuck you.
Have fun not being on the show next week. Although I will say, I understand now why people want to talk about their fantasy teams all the time, because I have a really good team. So
yeah, same. I've never had a good team.
No.
And I have a good team.
I'm gonna talk about my team.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm saying I get it.
I will be mad.
Okay, so
I will be mad if we talk about our fantasy teams.
Actual question: why no talk about fantasy?
Because nobody
I have
gives a shit about your fantasy
quarterbacks
football
and nobody
team.
cares.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we're a football podcast and we talk about real things.
Yeah, we talk about dick and balls.
Your team's not real. It doesn't exist.
You know what isn't real is the New York Jets.
That's a good point. We're not talking about that yet, but whatever.
Well, you know what isn't real is the number of points the Dolphins scored against the Bills, because
they got
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Bills Dolphins has always been a rivalry because they've been division rivals since the 60s. Yeah. But this is quickly turning into like a Patriots Chargers thing, like during Brady and Rivers.
It's Patriots Bills, just say it.
Well, no, because it's two teams that are good.
Oh, that's a good point.
But one of them absolutely wipes the floor with the other one.
Yeah.
Tua got hurt.
And Tua, from the little he played, did not look good.
Yeah. He got fucking blown up in the backfield. Jake Brisket came in and played all right. The Bills
threw a horrible interception, though.
The Bills are weird because for a couple of years they were really good on defense, and offensively they couldn't really do much. And then last year they flipped. They were unstoppable on offense, but their defense couldn't stop anything. Yeah. And now it looks like they're kind of flipping the other way because they still look... I know they scored 35 points, but it was like they scored a lot at the beginning and scored a lot at the end, and then for like 2/3 of the game, they kind of couldn't do anything.
Allen hasn't looked great these first 2 weeks. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I'm going to hope that he's not going to keep this up because his completion percent is about 50%.
Yeah.
Not great.
I'm hoping it's just like early season jitters.
That's what I'm thinking.
because he did. I mean, he had a couple really good games at the start of last year, but he didn't hit that like MVP form till like week 5.
Yeah, he didn't hit it until like week 6 or 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. The Bills just kicked the shit out of the Dolphins.
Yeah. What else was there? Yeah, that's basically it. Bills good. Dolphins.
What was funny was the amount of
Bills
turnovers
still on the
in
Dolphins.
game.
That's huh? Oh, the turnovers.
The turnovers.
Yeah.
There were 5 turnovers in this game, and it was still 35-0.
Yeah. Yeah. Not often do you get away with a fumble and an interception, and you give up literally nothing on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because,
so the Dolphins,
dude.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the Bills just kept stopping them on 4th down. The Dolphins had like 4 times they were on like 4th and 2nd or lower, and they were stopped every time.
Yeah, they were
The
0 for 4 on
Dolphins.
4th.
I was gonna say 0 for 4. That is not ideal. Not ideal.
And all of them were in their in the Bills zone. Like,
man, Flores has some work to do.
Yeah, they also allowed 6 sacks. So
yeah, their offensive line is horrible.
Yeah, so
their QBs were getting rocked.
The Dolphins got some work if they want to take that next step, because they looked really promising last year. But
yeah, they really did. Like I was on the Dolphins train of being good this year.
Yeah,
and,
but I think that the Dolphins should sign a Bengals legend, Bobby Hart. Have you guys seen Bobby Hart play football?
Hang on, what's his name?
Bobby Hart.
Is it like ERT or ART?
HART.
What about him? He just looks like a normal dude.
He is fucking horrible.
Oh, is
yeah,
he?
he's one of the worst linemen.
He is one of the worst fucking linemen I've ever seen. He was the main reason why Burrow was probably injured last year.
Yeah. He was ranked 35th of 52 offensive tackles by PFF last year.
That's not
just let me post something.
So
let me post some great Bobby Hart action real quick.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
He is really good.
He just didn't even try there.
I watched the second one with the Bills.
You know what? What basically happens is it's from Browns Bengals last year from week 2, and he just kind of like lets the 2 guys run by him, and then he just stands there and watches them clobber Joe Burrow, and he's like, "Damn, dude, crazy."
He just kept backing up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I could probably play better O-line.
Me too.
Like, I mean, I'm 5'7", 140 pounds. I'm not stopping shit, but I feel like I could like slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, I could
just by being in the way, you know.
Yeah, get trucked on 2 plays and have to sit down for a minute.
Like if I get thrown to the fucking ground and I break my clavicle, I probably slowed him down a little bit. Gave him like that much more time. So.
Well, I guess Bobby Hart just has his priorities straight. He is not about to get hurt playing football.
Well, Jack, you know what's funny is you mentioned the Dolphins should sign. He was on their practice squad a month ago.
Was he really?
Yeah, on September 7th, he was signed by the Dolphins practice squad, and he got released.
That's funny.
He got released yesterday.
That is. Oh my god.
Oh no. Hart earned the ire of Bengals fans for controversial posts on Instagram and Twitter during the 2020 offseason. Some of the posts covered topics such as COVID-19, support for Deshaun Jackson after received backlash for anti-Semitic remarks, and an image that read, "Stop promoting homosexuality to our children," which was later deleted.
Wow.
And then he later explained it by claiming, "I don't mean to offend nobody. I don't discriminate against nobody. I know that everyone thinks differently, and I know that I have a platform." Well, that's a double negative, because he says, "I don't mean to offend nobody," which means he means to offend everybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not lying.
Yeah.
So, anyway. I can't believe that happened. Let's move on to the next game. The Patriots did their normal thing where they went to New York and wiped the floor with the Jets.
Yeah.
Because it was not only Belichick versus the Jets, but it was Belichick versus rookie quarterback. So it was double the ass whooping.
Zach Wilson throwing dimes out there.
He had 3 interceptions in the first half.
Yeah.
And a 4th one at the end just to dice it. And you know what's the worst part? is the Jets outgained the Patriots in every offensive statistic.
Yep.
They also had the ball longer than the Patriots.
Yeah. It's almost like Mac Jones isn't good. Whatever.
They only punted once.
Mac Jones.
I mean, they arm punted 4 times, but
Mac Jones didn't even have to do much. He just let him get in the field goal range and Nick Folk kick a field goal.
Mac Jones is gonna be like fucking Daniel Jones, but without the fumbling. He's just gonna be meh.
Because Daniel Jones is wildly inconsistent, like Jameis Winston. Mac Jones is just like, I'm just trying to think of a shitty quarterback, like a worse Andy Dalton.
Yeah, maybe.
Mac Jones,
I'm gonna say he's
Mac
Andy
Jones'
Dalton,
problem,
but without the Pro Bowls.
Yeah,
Mac Jones's problem is he is not an athlete, really.
he's fat. He
He
literally
is-
has a
Yeah.
gut.
Where's that?
United fat people.
He has James Harden syndrome.
Yeah, where's that photo of him? Where's that fucking cigar photo? I gotta post it.
But
oh wait, that's not it. That's the same.
I
link
will
just
say though,
posted.
this game
There
had
we go.
probably one of the hardest runs of the year so far.
Yeah,
Even though there's been
that
2
David
games.
Harris run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that might stand as one of the hardest runs of the year.
Yeah, he's just straight pudgy.
he's fat.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he was 22 of 30, but you're like, oh, that's good at 186 yards.
Wow.
At least
just-
he didn't make a stupid mistake.
That's
Dump off, baby. That's a Belichick way.
yeah, it's the Belichick way. Check down.
Check down.
I mean, that's all you got to do to beat the
Gotta
Jets.
count.
So
I literally averaged 6 yards per completion.
yeah,
Yeesh.
Oh my god.
they were 3 for 12 on 3rd down. Also, allowed 3 sacks, had 5 punts, and won 25-6. Because Zach Wilson was seeing ghosts.
Did you see that the New York media asked him if he was seeing ghosts?
Oh my god.
That was fucking great.
Yep. So top 2 picks in the draft looking a little iffy right now.
Wow.
Wait, who's number 1? Oh, Trevor Lawrence. That's right. Sorry.
You're a little slow.
Does that explain the season he's had though? Like,
It is week 2.
I
Yeah.
genuinely forgot about him
That's fair.
already.
It's the Jaguars. They're very forgettable.
Moving on, though, since I mentioned Andy Dalton, the Andy Dalton revenge game happened. Dalton, I just clicked on the game recap link. Dalton gets his revenge, but he gets hurt. He was 9 for 11 for a whopping 56 yards before he got hurt. Justin Fields came in and went 6 for 13. The ultimate moment of this game, you look at Joe Burrow, he was 19 out of 30, which is not terrible, for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. The problem is those 3 interceptions were on 3 consecutive pass attempts.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So,
one
like-
was a pick 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like one of them was just like a dude was in his face and he tried to rifle it around him and he just snatched it out of the air.
Yeah.
One of them he got hit while throwing it, and I think the third one was just like a bad decision.
Not great.
That is Bengals football at its finest. And even
yeah.
then, the Bengals still nearly came back. They scored 17 points in all 17 points in the second half. But it was not enough as Andy Dalton gets revenge on his former team.
The Red Rocket wins.
I thought it was really funny that this game was 7-0 for a really long time. It was 7-0 for like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also the Bengals had 69 rush yards. Nice.
How about that?
Yep.
We can probably just not talk about this game, but who cares?
Once again, Joe Burrow got sacked 4 times.
Fucking Christ.
Oh, that and the Bears had 83 passing yards.
Yeah.
That's Matt Nagy football for you.
Bears moment.
Yeah. And somehow the Bears no, they're not 2-0. Never mind. Ignore that. You know what team is 2-0 though?
Who did they lose to? Oh, the Rams. That's right.
Wow.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Falcons 48-25.
Man.
It
This
was
is not a surprise.
not that close, but then Matt Ryan, I think, threw back-to-back pick sixes.
That does not surprise me.
Yep. Yeah, it was before that it was 35-25, and then that happened.
It was 28-25 going into the,
Yeah, it was
the
28-25
fourth
going into the
quarter.
fourth
It was a
quarter.
close game. And
Yeah.
then Falcons happened.
Yep. They
So-
remembered.
Let the game get away from them.
That's
Oh,
for
it
you.
didn't help that so they started off the fourth quarter with a 33-yard punt, and so the bank or the
You want to say it any
the,
quicker?
the Buccaneers scored quickly, and then 2 pick sixes ended the game.
Wow.
Yeah, also Brady had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah. What's funny is so Buccaneers scored 7 touchdowns, right? They were all passing touchdowns.
Wait, what?
Just 2 of them were the other guy threw it
What?
because it
What?
pick sixes.
Shut up, Austin.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody else passed on the Bucks.
Matt Ryan did.
Yeah. I forgot what team he's on. He was like, can I just join the Buccaneers?
Yeah.
We got some Josh Rosen action. He was 0 for 2.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Falcons are really bad. We all knew this.
I gotta say, 2 of Matt Ryan's picks were not his fault at all. They
Yeah.
were balls that got batted 20 feet in the air at the line of scrimmage, and it just so happened that no one on his shit ass team caught him
Yeah.
or knocked them down. Literally, no one was. There was the one that was a pick six. None of the Falcons chased after it.
Yeah.
The offensive line just stood there and watched it as it was in the air. They're like, that's gonna be a complete. And yeah, because Matt Ryan didn't even play bad. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's just typical Matt Ryan. He plays really crazy and then loses by 20 points.
yeah, this is why I hate the Falcons, but I like Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan is a legitimately good quarterback. But he won't leave the Falcons.
Poor guy.
Speaking of shit ass teams, hey Austin.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
We have to.
I do. So
I want to talk about it.
let me tell us about Kirk Cousins.
I just got to talk about something. Gus Johnson was calling this game, and it was the best shit ever.
Yeah,
Matthew, can you splice in the Gus Johnson call of the final play of the game?
Yeah.
Good snap. Clean hole for the win. Oh my goodness, he missed it. Unbelievable. And the Cardinals survive. 34, 33. You're watching the NFL, folks, on FOX.
that was so beautiful.
All right, Matthew, now can you splice in the Paul Allen call
I
of the
wanted to
final
just-
play of the game?
High snap, put down. Joseph, come on! It is gone! No, he missed it. Good. Are you kidding me? He missed it right. He missed it right. Oh my heavens! Oh my! He missed it right.
I just want to hear the scream from Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
So I would like to point out, in our Discord, I was losing my shit because we had a kicker who nailed 2 52-yard field goals.
Yup.
And then we line up for a 37-yarder, and also he missed an extra point, and that's why we were even in this situation. And yeah, he missed an extra point and a 37-yarder, and I'm even more mad that Kirk Cousins didn't even play bad. Dalvin Cook got hurt twice, but I think he's fine.
Yeah, he kept playing through both of them.
Yeah, he got hurt twice, and the second time he had to be helped off of the field, and then he came back in the next drive anyway.
Yeah.
And he's listed as active, so he's fine. I don't know.
Question mark?
He gets
Hey,
hurt. He goes down once every week.
How about dual threat quarterback Kirk Cousins averaging 17 and a half yards per rush
Yeah,
on two carries?
Wow.
yeah,
Congrats,
Yeah,
man.
he threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions.
That's,
yeah.
Yeah.
He
played
good.
Too bad they lost.
Yep.
Vikings fashion.
I gotta be honest, especially because this was in Arizona, I expected this to be a beating, and then we led like a majority of the game, or we're in it at least for a lot of it.
I think the Vikings are replacing the Falcons as the best shitty football team. Which is
No, because like
they play really well, but they lose.
so like clearly I watched most of this game, and like we actually played really well because like the Cardinals are pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we didn't do much wrong. We just didn't do everything right. I hate it here.
Maybe you should have a kicker that makes a field goal from an easy.
Hey, maybe you should lose weight. Or
Good point. That's a good point. I'll be there.
That wasn't even funny.
It was wrong.
Well, that's been the last 50 years of the Vikings. Fucking
What, losing
yeah.
weight? Oh.
No, Kyler Murray was 29 of 36, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions. So without those 2 picks, it's probably a fucking blowout. So
Sorry, Jack. That was very personal. I apologize.
I
I'm
don't
very
care.
mad about Vikings football. Yeah, I know you don't care, but I got to make myself look good for the podcast.
Fuck you.
But I gotta
You
point
for
out,
apologizing, you piece of shit.
it's really interesting that there was like no scoring in the second half.
yeah, they each scored 10 points each, but like they both scored a touchdown in the third quarter, and then both scored a field goal in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
Yeah,
like
it
it
was
slowly
really
trickled
weird.
away.
It just would have been cool if he didn't miss a fucking extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand the strategy behind that.
Oh,
though,
what
to
was
be
really
honest.
funny was he missed the extra point, and then the Vikings wasted a timeout between the extra point and the kickoff.
Oh, fun.
Why?
Yeah, they I don't know. Mike Zimmer was losing his shit on the sideline. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game.
Moving on,
No.
a team that did
Okay.
make a game-winning field goal. The Titans beat the Seahawks 33-30 in overtime.
Fuck this
Yeah!
game. Fuck this game.
This game
No.
shouldn't have even gone to overtime. The Titans got
this
fucking
is-
robbed twice, dude.
Yeah.
No fun
Um,
league.
So the Seahawks jumped out to an early lead. They were up, I think, 24-9 at halftime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it looked like the Titans just couldn't fucking do anything on offense. Derrick Henry was not doing anything. And the second half rolled around, and it's almost like Derrick Henry's like an old engine that you have to warm up for a little bit, because he ended the day with 35 carries and 182 yards and 3 touchdowns.
This is not a surprise.
That said, they had to settle for a field goal in the first half because the refs just straight up robbed Julio Jones of a touchdown.
Jesus.
Like
Yep.
he had both feet
Yeah.
in bounds, and they said he was out of bounds. Like they just straight up got it wrong, even after reviewing it.
That was what got me, is that they reviewed it and it was still wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the big one for me is that there was a play in the fourth quarter that basically brought the Titans back into it, where I think it was like a third down play where they had to get the completion, and the pass was blocked, but the defender got called for taunting,
Yeah, no
Oh,
fun league.
God.
and it was the stupidest
Oh.
because like after continuously watching it, I was like, what is he even doing? Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
there's no taunting
taunting
going on.
The taunting rule is fucking
No,
horrible.
no
some
fun.
It should
dang
not be fucking
butt,
15
dude.
yards for taunting.
it is some
It is
butt-ass shit.
absolutely stupid.
I'm hoping
Um,
it ends up
ugh.
like I can't remember I think it was like unsportsmanlike conduct penalties they were calling a few years ago, and then after
Yeah.
like 3 weeks the NFL was like, what the fuck are you guys doing to the refs? And they like told them to loosen up. So hopefully that happens, but it's
Well-
literally fucking no fun league right now.
Oh, I
Essentially.
just stubbed my toe.
The problem
Um,
is if this rule carries to the playoffs, I guarantee you this fucks somebody out of like advancing.
Yeah, it's such
Yeah,
bullshit.
see what's different about the unsportsmanlike conduct shit from a few years ago and now is that the NFL told the refs in preseason meetings to crack down on taunting this year. So
That is just the softest shit that I've ever heard.
yeah, who gives a shit? No one if anything, it causes fights, and fights make graph go up. Woo. So
Fair.
So anyway, the Titans score at the very end of the game, score a touchdown, decide not to go for 2, send it to overtime. And then in overtime, they win the coin toss, they punt. The Seahawks have the ball basically in their own 5-yard line. And then another inexplicable call that robs points from the Titans. Wilson, scrambling, gets grabbed by a defender in his end zone and spins around and just intentionally grounds the ball And so in that case, there's 3 ways you can rule this. Either it's a safety that he was down, they blew the play dead. It's a safety for intentional grounding, or it's an incomplete pass. They ruled him down at the 1.
Yup. I'm so
they
mad
literally
about that.
robbed a game-winning safety from the Titans.
Dude, I'm so mad about it. We could have gone a fucking walk-off safety. That would have been amazing.
It's one of the most baffling calls I've ever seen in my life. It made no fucking sense. But luckily they forced a punt, got the ball back, kicked a game-winning field goal. Fat Randy's back, baby. Yeah, that's a great game, but shouldn't have even fucking been there because ref ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love good old game of ref ball.
Yep.
We have to have one every week.
Titans got back on track though. They, after getting their asses whooped by the Cardinals last week, they, fucking get rolling in the second half, beat the Seahawks, get the first win. And I believe they're leading the division now because the Texans lost.
Everyone else lost, yeah.
Everybody else lost this week, so 1-1 division leader.
So good on y'all. Another game that ended on a game-winning field goal. The Cowboys beat the Chargers in a weird game it was a shootout, but there weren't a lot of points. And the Cowboys nearly fucking bungled it at the very end of the game with the field goal. Because they basically got into range where I think it was like a 56-yard field goal that they kicked to win. But they did that with 38 seconds left and a timeout, and McCarthy let the clock run all the way down to 4 seconds before calling a timeout and didn't run another play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was 33 seconds left, and they just kind of waited.
Yeah. And McCarthy gave this excuse after the game that he and Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, could not see the clock because somebody, a cameraman, was blocking them.
Jeez.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because there's only one clock in the entire stadium.
It's not like there's a giant 360-degree scoreboard in SoFi Stadium or anything that you just look up.
Yeah, I remember watching the end of that game in agony as a half Chargers fan, by the way.
Sorry.
And they just were watching, and the time was just ticking down. I was like, are they just gonna ride this to overtime? They have that little confidence.
Yep.
And yeah. Anyway, I gotta say, Payne. There were only 6 drives in the entire second half.
Yeah,
3 by each team, and it
lots
was
of really long drives.
a lot of long ball.
Yep. Both quarterbacks looked really good. Dak was 23 of 27 for 237 yards, but an interception. Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott both ran in a rushing touchdown. They ran for fucking 180 yards. No, sorry. 198 rushing yards. Herbert was 31 of 41 for 338 yards, touchdown and 2 interceptions. It's weird when you see these games with tons of offensive production and not a lot of points.
Yeah.
And there's only one punt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that Herbert interception at the end of the third quarter, that was painful.
Yeah.
Because it was just not necessary.
Yeah.
He just young quarterback make mistake. Pain.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta make those mistakes though to learn
All
what
right,
you can and can't do.
But this does mark our first Chargers close loss of the year.
Yeah.
Yep, there's one of them.
Over under. Here are we getting?
5.
I think
6,
I think we
8,
get.
I don't know.
Do you mean losses or close games in general?
1-score losses.
1-score losses. I say we hit 7 this year.
I was gonna say 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm shooting for 7.
I'm gonna write these down on the Oofsides sheet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying 7.
Yeah.
I say 5.
Because the other.
Well, you got to remember they already have one.
Was it 2018 or 2019? They had
5.
fucking 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew 6. Austin, you said 7, right?
Yep.
How many did you guys say?
5.
And Garrett?
Wait, so what numbers have been said?
Jesus
5, 6, and
fucking
7.
Problem is, I don't think it'll be more or less than those numbers.
Well, you
so-
can agree
Just
with one of
pick-
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
dumb
gonna
fuck.
say 6.
All right. All right, cool. We got those written down. We'll check up on that at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm right.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Sunday night, the fourth and final stupid close game. Chiefs and Ravens ended up in not a dogfight. I guess a dogfight would be good for a term.
Yeah.
And it came down. I didn't get to watch this entire game, so I was kind of following what people were saying, and everybody's saying that Lamar Jackson looked terrible passing the ball for a lot of the first half. But with the Ravens, it doesn't really fucking matter because they ran for 251 yards and also passed for 230.
Yeah, from what I watched in this game, he had 2 picks in the first half from what it looked like. And they were messy, but he was doing Lamar things running the ball, so if he would find a way to drive the ball down the field with all 3 or 4 running backs they have. So
yeah. Holmes
go
ahead, sorry.
It's worth noting in this entire second half, there were only 2 drives over 3 minutes long.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How many possessions did they each have? Oh, it doesn't say. Pat Mahomes, 24-31, 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, normal Pat Mahomes shit. The important thing, though, is they went into the fourth quarter with a 35-24 lead. Looked like the Ravens were not going to stop them. And then the Ravens defense clamped down. They scored 12 points 12 unanswered to get back in, including that fucking touchdown when Lamar flipped into the end zone. Missed the 2-point conversion, which meant the Chiefs could still win a field goal.
I'm surprised this flip wasn't taunting.
Yeah. And then, so the thing when you play the Chiefs is it's like, you can't let them have the ball last.
Yeah.
And it looked like they did. And then in their own territory, Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbles the ball. The Ravens recover it. No, they were in field goal range. Actually, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were
trying to run out the clock.
They were basically trying to run out the clock and center the ball. And yep.
And in that in that situation, the only thing you can't do is fumble. The Ravens get the ball back. They face 4th and 1 in their own territory. John Harbaugh yells across the field, "Lamar, do you want to go for it?" They go for it. They get it. Ravens win 36-35 over the Chiefs.
Wow, he really dropped the ball on that one.
It really sort of reminded me of a dumbed down version of that Rams-Chiefs game a few years ago.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where they just kind of kept scoring and they did it really fast and made it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, possession-wise, if you take out the last one where the Ravens basically ascended the game, it was 10-10 for possessions. They each had the ball 10 times.
Yep. So easily one of the games of the year. But anger because I don't like the Ravens. But yeah.
Anyway,
I think it's amazing that the raisins.
The raisins.
Raisins.
That the Ravens are still able to run the ball so well. Like obviously they have Lamar Jackson, but they're able to put up the numbers they do with 4 running backs on IR, or something like that.
Well, that's the thing that adds to their running game so much is the threat of Lamar opens up the other guys. You saw that last year when Trubisky got benched for Foles. Like Foles was so slow that it crippled their running game because nobody ever thought he was going to run it like Trubisky. And you see the benefits of that with the Ravens, where like you put anybody in the backfield of Lamar Jackson and they're probably going to play well because like Lamar himself draws so much attention.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was that. Do you any other thoughts, you guys?
No.
Very, very entertaining game. I liked it.
That's football, baby.
What wasn't a very entertaining game was the Monday night game, which brought the week to a close.
Hey, okay, listen. That was entertaining until the second half.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Lions were leading.
Damn, that's crazy.
Until they didn't.
Yeah. Lions started out strong. They were up 17-14 at half. Jared Goff looked good. And then the Packers were like, oh, yeah, we're the Packers and we're playing the Lions on a nationally televised game. And just could not be stopped in the second half.
Yeah.
Yep.
They caused, I think, like they caused 2 turnovers in the second half, a pick by Goff and a fumble I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jamal Williams.
They forced 2 fumbles on Goff.
Did they
And
really?
Yeah, and he only lost 1 though.
Oh, that's what I'm. Yeah, okay, I got that wrong. Yeah, because stats wise, they're almost identical, but the Lions couldn't finish any of their drives in the fourth quarter or in the second half, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, breaking news: the big takeaway I had from this game: the Lions still can't rush the ball. They still can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared Goff was their leading rusher, and he only had 46 yards.
And Jared Goff is slow as fuck.
Yeah,
Oh my
Jared
God.
Goff is not a scrambler.
Yep, dude. He's a little bit faster than Brady. I'll give him that, but he is not fast.
No. I mean, which is funny because he had like a 30-yard run.
Yeah. Aaron Jones had a hell of a night. He had 4 touchdowns, 3 receiving, and 1 rushing. Rodgers was 22 out of 27, 255 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Vintage Aaron Rodgers. I will say though, his hair and his beard makes him look so fucking old.
Yeah.
He looks like oh man, I forgot. I saw it on oh yeah, he looks like a Walter White impressionist.
He does kind of, yeah. Yeah, and I just want to say I think I was the only one who picked the Packers for some fucking reason.
I don't
would pick
know.
the Packers if I was there.
Yeah, I can't believe in a Viking or in a Packers Lions game, I was the minority only person picking the Packers.
I mean, to be honest, we should have known better, but we also had like hope that the Packers were going to be as bad as they were week 1. So
Yeah, my thought was Aaron Rodgers could get benched again, but I think he did this. He fucked around and played like shit in the Saints game just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
This was your classic get right game. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, we got our asses whooped. All right, well, let's just go beat the shit out of our punching bag.
Our little brother.
Yeah, and feel better about ourselves.
It's not even a fucking little brother. It's a grandkid.
Yeah, it's like step sibling. It's like your foster child, younger brother.
It's your third. No, it's your 4th cousin.
Yeah. So that was week 2.
That was a week.
I can't really think of any big news. So shall we just jump into pick'ems?
Yeah.
Can I give a quick shout out? This is almost entirely unrelated, but it is football.
No. Don't.
So I'd like to give a shout out to the Presbyterian Blue Hose football team because I'd like to point out that they have that infamous coach Harold Nichols, who does not punt. He always goes for 2. He does not believe in kicking.
That's awesome.
They won their first 2 games, 84-43 and 68-3, and this weekend they lost 72-0.
It's not often you lose 72-0 and still have a positive point differential afterwards.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I want to do some quick math.
All right.
No, don't let him do the quick math, and let's get into pick'ems.
They still have a plus 80 point differential.
Yeah. So they could lose 72-0 again and still be plus 8.
Sorry, I love that. I was really excited after the game I was at this weekend. I was really excited to see if Presbyterian like blew out another team, and then I saw they lost 72-0, and I laughed for about 2 minutes at that. That seems
like the kind of football that Dan Campbell wants to play.
Yeah, it really does.
So down.
That is his mindset. Honestly, I want to see an NFL team take that approach where you never punt, you never kick, you always go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to see that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Bring the 1920s back when men were men.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 0-0 games every fucking.
Bring back the onside kick as an offensive play.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, week 3. Let's get into this shit. Also, shout out to Austin, who he went. He sent in his picks to me. Week 1, he went 5-12, which I believe is the worst record in Oofsides Pick'em's history.
Yeah.
Week 2, he went 14-3, which I believe is tied for the best week in Pick'em.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm mad.
Yeah.
So, god damn it. All right, week 3, starting with Thursday night. It's Panthers Texans.
Okay.
I would like to request
Panthers.
to lock the Panthers.
Whoa! I think
Yeah, no shit.
What the crazy thing is I was thinking about it.
Tyrod Taylor is, I believe he's out, so
Yeah,
I don't
he
believe
is.
in the Texans to have an offense
Yeah. I
And
believe
the
that's the
Panthers-
first ever Panthers lock.
Probably.
I'm
The
taking
first
them,
two
though.
the first 2 seasons we did this, they were fucking garbage.
Well, this is the second season we've done this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, that's crazy. Anyway,
Shows how much you pay
Christ.
attention to the show. Are we
Oh,
Panthers
no.
all
Wait.
around?
Yeah.
we're making a show.
We're not just hanging out?
I know, I'm just talking with my bro.
I just wanted to talk football with you guys.
Okay.
Which is
All right.
funny because that is exactly how this show started.
Yeah, we literally
like-
would have these conversations every week, and then we were like, why don't we just make a podcast?
Why don't we just record this shit?
Yeah. So, starting off Sunday, we've got Colts Titans divisional game. Before Wentz got hurt,
Titans.
probably could have been for the division. Give me the Titans. Jack's
the
got the
Titans.
Titans as well.
Yeah, my big question is if Wentz would be healthy, and I don't know. So I'm gonna pick the
Yeah,
Titans.
I'm gonna look at that real quick. Hang on.
I think even if Wentz is healthy, you should go with the Titans.
I feel like the Titans are riding a weird upside after winning the close matchup with Seahawks.
Yeah.
He
But the Colts-
is listed to practice tomorrow, so he should play probably Sunday. I'm picking the Colts.
Okay.
All right. That's a bold
they-
choice.
They held close with the Rams, and which is really good. And they also held pretty close with the Seahawks and the Titans. I don't have an excuse as to why they lose. I just don't think they'll win.
Fair.
Well, all right. Game of the week. No. Game of the year. Game of the decade. Falcons, Giants.
Give me the
Oh
Falcons.
yeah.
Give me the
Give me
Falcons.
give me the Giants.
Hmm.
I want the Falcons.
I want the
This-
Giants. I want Danny Dimes.
This is a game where Daniel Dimes is going to either play like shit or play like a god, and I'm
I-
going with the former.
I have
just don't-
genuinely no idea how to call this game.
There's no Falcons defense. There's none.
There isn't. Yeah.
If
But,
the
like,
if the
Daniel
freaking
Jones
Eagles can
exists.
beat up on them, the Giants can do it.
Okay, yeah. For that, I pick Giants. Yep.
Pussy.
You know what? Give me the Falcons. Let's go,
Yeah.
Jack. We got
Oh,
this.
split decision.
If
You
any
guys are
team
just-
is going to lose to the Falcons, it's going to be the Giants.
You guys
Fair,
are
but
just
still.
afraid of Daniel Jones' supremacy.
No, I'm afraid of him falling while running on his own again.
God, that pisses me off. That was one of the best quarterback runs of all time, and then he fell.
That's
It's
Every
the
time-
it's
it's funny
it's the
every-
matchup
funny every
between like the two visuals are Daniel Jones falling on his own and Matt Ryan just laying face down on the ground.
No, it's
man.
the visual is this past week. All 5 Falcons linemen just staring at the ball 20 feet in the air and not going after it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
letting the Bucks return it for a touchdown.
That's my ball.
Football. All right, Chargers Chiefs.
Ugh.
I have a question.
Chiefs.
Yes,
Chiefs.
Garrett.
Have the Chiefs lost back-to-back weeks? Like as of recently?
while.
It
They've,
has probably
they've never
been a
lost
while.
back-to-back games under Pat Mahomes.
Okay, so give me the Chiefs.
Last week was also the first time Pat Mahomes has ever thrown an interception and lost in September.
That is
Yeah.
fair.
I think I will pick the Chiefs, but only because they're at home. If this was in LA, I think I'd pick the Chargers. But I
They ain't
pick
got
Chiefs.
fans out there. You think that's gonna make a difference?
Hey, there were actually a lot of fans at last week's game.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, hear me out.
I guess.
I don't have any justification. Give me the Chargers.
Look, I do think the Chargers could win this game, but simply because Kansas City is fucking unbeatable at home, I think they'll win. That's the only reason.
I am fixing to have a terrible week in pick'ems. Don't give a shit. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, do worse than my week, please.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Set that record, baby.
Bengals Steelers.
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 I'm gonna go ahead and lock the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers as well.
This game's gonna be like 6-0. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I was
garbage.
gonna say this is actually kind of a trap game based on the first 2 weeks.
This game's gonna
Mhm.
suck
Yeah,
ass.
but it's Steelers Bengals is usually the most lopsided.
Yeah,
ass
but, like,
whooping.
Big Ben has looked like absolute dog shit. The Bengals are just dog shit.
But it's the Steelers'
So-
defensive line versus the Bengals' offensive
That's a
line.
good point. So Gerald Burrow's probably going to get injured.
Yeah.
Gerald Burrow.
Did you say Gerald Burrow?
Gerald
I said
Burrow.
Joe and Burrow.
Bears, Browns.
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 Brown.
Bears suck. I know they're probably going to be starting Justin Fields.
They got
Yeah,
Red
he's-
Rocket.
I do not have confidence in Justin Fields' ability in anything.
He looks better than a certain.
Yeah, he looks
Second
better than
overall
two
pick.
quarterbacks taken before him.
Yeah.
Which doesn't say much, but
He also hasn't played almost at all.
yeah.
The thing Justin Fields has over whoever the other two people are
Is that
is that he's mobile.
Yeah.
He's at least. I mean, Zach Wilson is kind of mobile, but Justin Fields is actually mobile.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the one thing he has going for him that Wilson and Lawrence don't. Especially Lawrence. Lawrence cannot run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Next one.
Oh, baby. This one's going to be tough. It's Ravens-Lions.
A team that can run against a team that can't. Give me the Ravens.
Ravens.
yeah, it's Ravens.
Locking the Ravens.
There it is. Knew somebody was going to do it.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, it's
There's nothing more Lions than starting out 0-3 and doing it at home.
That's fitting.
that's Lions football for you. This one, I have no fucking clue how to call. It's the most chaotic quarterback versus the most boring quarterback. Saints, Patriots.
Chaos, baby. Saints.
Give me the Aints.
Give me those taints, baby.
Yeah, I think I picked the Saints.
Give me the Patriots.
Matt,
I-
Matt really wants to be contradictory. Just
My justification is I don't think Mac Jones can perform against the Saints secondary.
Mhm.
I don't think the Saints secondary is that good. If I'm being
Lattimore's
honest.
really good.
I'm just
I think Lattimore's
think-
hurt.
Sometimes.
Lattimore's
Case in-
hurt, I think.
Oh, is he? Oh.
Yeah.
case in point. Aaron Rodgers against the Saints week 1.
Here's the thing. It's Belichick's defense versus Jameis Winston.
True.
Yeah,
True.
but I'm
The
still
Patriots
going
do
with-
still have a really good secondary, as slightly proven last week.
All the Patriots have to do is just not fuck up.
I mean, yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good game. The other thing is, this is in Foxborough,
Hey, yo, trap game? Trap game?
Trap game?
Trap
Could be a
game?
trap game.
but I say Saints. I still say
No,
Saints.
I'm enjoying my win. So
I believe Jameis Winston will stumble and fall his way through the offensive line to score the game-winning touchdown, just like he did
It's
with
gonna
those
be like-
tackle dummies.
It's gonna be like a return from Tannehill.
yeah,
gonna do that.
they're gonna throw Jameis down the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, barn burner of a game. Cardinals Jaguars.
Man,
Cardinals.
this is just an ass whipping. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cardinals by like 90.
Cardinals by a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect at least 2 picks from the Cardinals defense.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one too.
Give me the Bills.
Washington Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
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 Yeah, that's not going to be close.
Taylor Heineke might be fun, but
It might
Bills
be.
have a pretty good defense. So
I think
It
the
depends on
the
what
final of this game is going to be something like 41-20 or some shit.
yeah.
I hope it's scoregami. This feels like a scoregami game.
It kind of does,
Yeah.
because Bills Washington is just a weird.
It's a weird dude.
That is a weird game.
This has a little bit of potential to be
No.
a very lopsided ass whooping.
Oh wait, yeah, yeah, I agree.
Jets Broncos.
Broncos.
We don't have Noah or Jesse here to pick the Jets for the meme this week. It's all Broncos because we're all business.
I think that can. I hate that I'm saying this, but I think that could legitimately be a good game. Because
I
the
don't know. The
Broncos-
Broncos still have a pretty good defense, and we saw last week.
Yeah,
That's what happens with a good defense in Zach
Yeah.
Wilson.
They'll tear you up.
I don't know. I don't trust the Broncos starting off against the Giants and the Jags and thinking they're looking promising.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know. I really don't know what to think about the Broncos because both of their
Broncos
games,
have the easiest start of the season.
Yeah.
you could
both
get
of
them.
their games, I haven't really been able to watch. So I just see that they're like beating shitty teams by 2 possessions.
Yeah, and
I don't
they're
know what to think.
probably gonna do it again.
Yeah, this is like a 20-7 game or some shit.
Yeah. Dolphins,
Raiders.
I'm gonna lock the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, that is bull. They're gonna lose now. Fuck you.
That's why I'm picking it.
That might
because
be
I
the
don't-
first Raiders lock also of all time.
Probably.
I have a feeling.
I'm taking
I mean,
Raiders.
like,
too.
I haven't
I'm-
lost I'm the only one who's not lost a lock this season, so I'm hoping to keep that.
I'm also picking the Raiders, but I don't think this is a game I would lock. If I were to lock any other game, it'd be like the Cardinals or like,
yeah.
but,
Hey,
yeah.
I got my walk.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still
you
alive.
haven't been here every week. Shut.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still win.
Don't I have
It was my
both my
bye week.
locks?
Let's see.
I actually can't remember. I know I
'cause
messed
No,
up.
you locked the Vikings week 1.
Oh yeah, I locked the Vikings against the Bengals, and then they did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, Austin.
Shut up.
All right. Seahawks, Vikings.
Looks like the Vikings are going 0-4.
Vikings. I'm picking the Vikings.
What?
This is a
Okay,
trap
wait.
game. This is a trap game.
Track?
Wait. Well, I mean, they did play the Cardinals close, so
They played the Cardinals close. Arguably should have beaten the Bengals. The Seahawks lost to the Titans, who got their ass beat by the Cardinals. We played the Cardinals closer than the Titans, therefore we will beat the Seahawks.
This
That
is,
is
a game,
like-
this is a game where Kirk Cousins throws 3 interceptions.
This is a game
Seahawks.
where Kirk Cousins throws 4 touchdowns with only like 180 yards or some shit.
Yeah, he did, but he did that last week, so.
I am 100% convinced that this is going to be a dumbass game, and we're going to bullshit our way into 1-2 because this is what we always lose to easy teams, and then we come out and I'm like, oh, we're going to get our ass kicked, and then we win, and it's going to be the Seahawks.
Sure, whatever. Just
So,
give me the
Vikings.
Seahawks.
I'm gonna take the
Yeah,
Seahawks
give me
as
the
well.
Seahawks. What the fuck are you talking about?
Garrett, do you have Seahawks as well?
Yep.
Seahawks.
Yep,
I'm telling you, there's going to be some blown call that goes in our favor, or some just dumb shit, and the Vikings are going to win because of it. I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
I am convinced that we're not going to play
You're
well enough
on
to
the
win.
same level as like Jets fans and delusional.
I mean, they won 2
Oh.
games last year.
Hey, at least I'm admitting we're bad while saying that we're going to win.
That's fair.
All right.
next
Well,
game.
anyway, early contender for game of the year: Buccaneers, Rams.
Rams.
Give me the Bucks.
Oh man,
I don't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen. So
I want the Rams, so I'm gonna pick the Rams.
Often are
I'm
you the
picking the
minority?
Rams because Matt Stafford to Cooper Kupp is a godly connection.
Yeah.
And it's going to win him the game.
not often are picking Tom Brady as the minority. Damn.
Okay.
Sunday night, another contender for game of the season: Packers, Niners.
49ers.
Niners.
Yeah, 49ers.
Packers. Are you guys fucking insane?
Matt is gonna win both of them and then lose the
Don't care.
Falcons and the.
They
Patriots.
don't
Don't
have any
care.
running backs.
Don't
49ers are going to win at home.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Yeah, I just don't think the Packers are going to be like amazing. I don't know.
No, they're gonna be amazing.
Because, I mean, all they've done is get their ass kicked by the Saints, who got their ass kicked by the Panthers, and kind of halfway blow out the Lions, but not entirely.
All the
So, like-
fucking 49ers have done is beat the Lions in a 1-score game and beat the Eagles in a 1-score game. 2 teams we all think are shitty.
Yeah, but counterpoint, 49ers are going to win this game.
All right. Next game.
This one. should be it.
Eagles, Cowboys on Monday night.
That's Cowboys.
That's the Cowboys.
Mhm.
It's them boys.
Give me the Cowboys.
Give me the Eagles.
Oh god damn it!
Fuck
You know-
Reds.
I can look. I'm not mad at Jack for that.
Yeah.
This is an NFC East game. It's
Oh,
a
that's
prime time NFC
It's-
East game.
Yeah, it's a
Anything
giant,
can happen.
Yeah, and anything goes. It could be like, yeah, I don't fucking know. It's probably gonna be absolutely awful and probably not worthy of Monday Night Football. But whatever.
I don't know. The Cowboys have avoided injury through 2 weeks.
For now.
So
For now.
They've avoided being the Cowboys so far.
yeah, I know. But like them losing to the Chargers in any way they would have been a very Cowboys thing to happen, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And instead, the Chargers lost it in a very Chargers way.
Yeah.
So Cowboys are gonna win. They're probably gonna kick the shit out of the Eagles because it's in Dallas, isn't it?
Goddamn right it is.
All right.
Yeah, they're probably gonna kick the shit out of the Eagles then.
Well, that has been Oofsides. Enjoy your guys' losses to the Patriots, Buccaneers, and Packers.
Yeah.
Any
sure.
closing thoughts, you guys?
Eat my
Who do the
balls.
Patriots play?
The Saints.
You're-
Oh, Saints, right? Yeah. Okay, that's funny because I'm right.
Well, we'll see
What?
in
Sure.
about 6 days.
Yeah.
Just
Whatever.
like I can't wait for locking the Panthers to come back to bite me.
Yep. Against the Texans of all teams.
Yeah. Yep. Of all teams to start 2-1, it's going to be the Houston Texans without
Yep.
Sean Watson.
All right.
You know what? You know what? Go back 3 years in time and tell someone that the Houston Texans will start off 2021 by leading the AFC East with Tyrod Taylor at starter.
Which is incredibly impressive because they're not even in the AFC East.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I meant South.
And on that note, it's been Oofsides. We'll see you next time.
Oh, thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig. We love you.